just me had a choice? Cancel the stream or just be me? So, unfortunately, you've just got me. Oh, and Gizmo, of course, who is typically asleep in that ever so helpful. It doesn't do anything, you know, all day. He spent all day looking out the window, and that's so tiring that he's had to go to sleep. It does mean that you haven't got leg cam.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Hooray for Mrs MLG.
Aw, thanks, John. I don't know why it's hidden. I think it's because this is the quiz stream. I don't know. Is that alert box? Is that what that is? I'll stick it up there and it might work next time. Thank you very much, John. It's very, very kind. Thank you. Thank you. Wicked D is in the house. Wicked D has been here since before I was. I was still rummaging around trying to find a miniature to paint, and Wicked D was sitting there ready to go. Hey Methuselas, hey Pete, how you doing? There's a Coronico too. I can see a Coronico and a Tony. Hey Tony. And a little Sharon there as well. Let's all wave at Sharon. Hey Sharon. And of course the wonderful John is in the house. How are we all? Methuselah says, hello everyone that I haven't said hello to yet. I was eating. So Wicked D wants to know where Mr MLG is. So Mr MLG is at work. Last night we were there until 12:30, half past midnight, trying to sort the reshuffle of the shop, and we did a little bit more today, but we have to do the post today, so he's just gone back tonight so that when the shop opens to the public tomorrow, because we don't open on a Monday, people don't fall over the random bits that we've left lying around. So that's where he is. He's gone back to the shop and left me to do this all on my own. I have this guy. So far I have painted his face. I have used, what have I used? I've used suntan flesh, and then I've mixed a little bit of maiden flesh in with the suntan flesh to pick out some of his nose and things. You can't really tell on the screen, but honestly, he's got two colours on him. Two colours will be right, won't it? Two colours will be right. So there you go. So I'll have to look down and not look at the chat as much. That's a bit rubbish, isn't it? But I'll do my very bestest to keep an eye on you all. So we've been moving stuff around. I've also been filming it in time lapse, which is hilarious when you watch it back, because about 5 hours reduces down to 2 minutes of us just running around the shop. But I thought it might be quite fun to make a time lapse video of what we've been up to. So everything's moved, unfortunately, Pete. Sorry, Pete, everything's moved. But hopefully it's all moved for the better and should be easier to find, and the shop's a bit more open space now, and we'd created, unfortunately, we'd created some aisles to try and fit everything in, and which had made, when you go down to the bottom of one of the aisles, if you had a wheelchair or a buggy or something, you wouldn't be able to get round. So we've had to change it to accommodate everybody and make it easier for everyone. Hopefully that is the plan, and also to make it easier to find things in the long run, so everything is actually together. But so far it's not, because half of it is still on the floor, but that's the plan. That's the plan. I don't know why I'm still using that tiny little brush that I used to paint his face. Here, brushy. What about this one? This one might be a bit big. Let's see. Nope, it's rubbish. You haven't even seen it, Pete. You've not even seen it. How do you know it's rubbish? Wicked D's seen it and she kind of turned her nose up, so maybe you're right. She was only looking through the window, though. She made me jump earlier by peering through a gap in the window. I heard this little rat-a-tat on the window, and I did my slow-mo turn around as if like, oh no, what was that? Because we're not open. And then I couldn't see anyone. And then there's just this little grinning, cheeky face staring at me from a gap in the window, and it made me jump. And it was Wicked D. And then Gizmo got all excited because he realised who it was. Oh, look, he even had a little eyebrow raised from him there. Because he does like Wicked D. And he did his massive bum wiggle that he does when he gets so excited his whole back end wobbles, not just his tail. And then she went for a dinner, and he was like, no, she's gone and she's left me. I know. And I was like, oh, it's all right, Gizzy Boo. Don't you worry. He's been sitting upstairs today on the sofa, looking out of the window in the sunshine. He's so hard done to. Gizmo's strokey human was there. Gizmo's strokey human was what? What's that? Oh, I didn't let her in. No, she had to stand outside. She wasn't allowed in. One of the reasons that I couldn't let her in is because I don't have keys to the shop. So I'm locked in. I know, everyone always feels sorry for Gizmo. They all walk past and go, oh, look, there's a dog and he's locked in the shop. I'm locked in the shop. It's me that's locked in there. They've also been refitting the front of the Cobblers, which is behind us. We share an alleyway. It's behind us, and they've been putting a new front on the front of the Cobblers, and they kept drilling, but not in any kind of sequence. It wasn't constant drilling, let's finish a job. It was just every now and then. Every time they started, it made me jump, because there's no noise in the shop, and obviously when we're shut, there's no customers or people talking or anything, so it's just silence and then a drill will sound, and it made me jump. It doesn't take a lot. Not sure if I like this colour. I wanted like a doctor's uniform colour. I'm not sure. How's the music and the mic? I've moved it closer to me, so hopefully you'll be able to hear me shouting at you. But can you still hear the music? Because we all know how much this music is lovely. We love this music, don't we? I know. When I see him as I go by, I just want to cuddle him. Yeah, that's because he's gorgeous. I'm assuming you're talking about Gizmo there and not Mr MLG. So a load of Cobblers to the rear, says John. Oh, it is actually, yeah. Yeah, and we're having and they wanted to put a new gate on, so we all have like a communal gate. It's basically just where the alleyway is just where the bins go out. That's, it's nothing exciting, and the fire escape, so that if you get trapped, we can escape out the back way. But they want a new gate because they want their shop frontage and the gate that attaches onto their shop to all look nice and pretty and the same. So we're gonna have to make sure we get a key. But they are a cobblers and key fitters, so I mean there shouldn't be any problem in them providing us with a key. They can just cut as many as they want, can't they? But we do need to remember to get one, otherwise the postman won't be able to get down, because the postman comes that way to get our post. Can't hear any music, can't you? Am I that loud? Well, it's stopped now, that's not helpful, is it? Hang on. Music is hearable and not drowning you out. Oh, Wicked D can't hear it. Maybe she's going deaf in her old age. It's a bit jazzy now. It's a bit jazzy music now. The alleyway of the Cobblers sounds like another of those predictive modules. Yes. Totally naming a town Cobbler's Gate in my next campaign. Because yeah, John can hear the music, Wicked D. It's just you being old. There is a wild Pokemon in chat, but it doesn't seem that we have Pokemon pictures. Why are you not working, Pokemon pictures? Silly Pokemon pictures. I don't know. That's a bit strange. Why aren't you there? It should be there. It says it's there. Hi, Milk Pocket Cat. Ah, scary. Oh, you don't have a trainer pass yet. Enter exclamation mark.
Pete the Hydrator is the best.
Pete the Hydrator is the best. None of the things are showing up.
Pete the Hydrator is enjoying this stream.
Pete. Exclamation mark poke start to get started with your Pokemon. Milk Pocket Cat. Or a landmark stone called the Devil's Cobblers. We're also was talking about the cobblers at the back of the shop, and now everyone's trying to think of names for D&D campaign areas. You don't own that ball, John. Oh, we're not doing very well at all today, are we? Why is it not showing stuff? It's very naughty. They're all there. It's because this is the quiz stream. Normally. And so everything's different. Because normally you've got Mr MLG, haven't you? Which is a different camera. So I've had to mess. It's very naughty. Probably the sound of the washing machine overwhelming the music. Well, with your washing machines that loud, mine is in the garage. So I was trying to find a colour green that was a bit like Scrubs, that kind of green, and I don't think this is too far off, to be fair. So this is turf green, but it's a yellow label, so that means that I've got an old bottle, a Reaper paint. It's slightly, only ever so slightly, less minty in real life than what's showing up on my camera, at least. So in the Discord, everyone's been having lots of fun with predictive text. Looks close. Yeah, I thought it looked like a scrub colour. So with predictive text, everyone's been having lots of fun because Methuselah's put on a picture, and it said, Dungeons and Dragons module generator. Type the dungeon of the into your mobile device. Then follow it with the suggested words in your phone, and that's the next adventure. And then mine was the Dungeon of the Night was the first to open. Methuselah's had the Dungeon of the Fire of the Cannibals. Tony's phone knows Tony far too well and had the Dungeon of the Hobby Room and the Kitchen, which was very true to form. Very, very true to form. The Dungeon of the Old Man Who Had Been in Charge was Toofy Minis. So I don't know what happened. For him not to be in charge anymore. But yes, we had some fun. The Dungeon of the Dragon for Koroniko, which is absolutely typical because we all know that Koroniko loves dragons. So their phone definitely knows all about them. So that was good. Lots of fun and lots of others that I can't remember. Oh, Gizmo, is it that much hard work, mate? He purposely does it, you know, so that he's not in the camera anymore. He does. He goes like, oh, Mum set the camera up there. I'll flob this way. Have you ever noticed when Mr MLG is here, he never sits at that side? He never flobs that way, does he, when Mr MLG is here? It's because I've put the camera there. And he's like, nope, I'm going to purposefully do whatever I can to not be in that camera anymore. So my thought process for this guy wasn't a lot, to be fair, as per usual. I thought I'd do him green and then I'll try and do his apron white. He has a mechanical arm and he has some kind of mechanical eye, and then he has his light on his head, and obviously his impressive, let's say, syringe. Let's just put it that way. Is it impressive syringe? I need another Pokemon to come to see if it's going to work. It's like all of the pictures just aren't having it at all. Very sorry about that, everybody. So yes, we've been moving the shop around, hopefully to make things a lot better for everybody. A lot easier to manoeuvre, a lot easier to find things. All of the basic materials in the same place for once. We've moved the wall of minis. We no longer have a wall of minis. I know. It is now a wall of paint. All the paint is together along one wall. All of the different brands, because we sell so much, that's the problem. There's so much paint. So we've moved all that. You can try and get all the tools and all the painting paraphernalia together in one place. the other problem we have is that the shop has two big pillars in the middle, which obviously we can't remove. We did look into it, but they're kind of holding the ceiling up, so it was a bit of a bad idea. So that kind of hinders us in some of the things that we do. And also, of course, as you all know, we sell so much stuff, we literally just can't fit it in. Going to have a free hydrate for Pete. Look, I've got my Coca-Cola glass. I think everybody has these, don't they? Try and not mix it up with paint water, because that would be silly. I'm hoping that I can get away with using this guy for the RCL, the Reaper Challenge League theme of, is it sci-fi the theme? I'm hoping it's sci-fi, otherwise I'll have to use him as player character. But with him having a metal arm and being a bit of a, you know, sci-fi wacky doctor type thing, I'm hoping that will be okay. I have done my duo and my trio. I've done my player character, so he can't be a player character. I have done my player character. I did whatever she was called, Bartender Sophie, didn't I? That was right, I know. Sharon says, oh man, I painted 2 brains in a jar yesterday for the sci-fi theme and completely forgot to post them or take a picture. Well, surely they're just there and they're not just next to you. Can you not take a picture? I might add a little bit of dark. What colour have I got? A little bit of military green into my turf green to make it ever so slightly darker, hopefully, for the leggings, so that they're slightly a different colour. Let's see what happens if I do that. I have a brain in a jar. It's somewhere kicking about. I'm fairly sure I have a brain in a jar. Maybe it's my brain. Maybe that's the problem. I've got my brain in a jar instead of in my head. I'm doing a space mouse sling for the sci-fi category, says Kariko. No. I'm melted and crave painting. Don't want to go near minis or I might start painting instead of eating and I'm going to sleep very soon. Wow, you've got ages yet. You can take a picture another day. How is everybody getting on with their fantasy creatures? Fantasy Creature is the Great MLG brush off theme for May. Any fantasy creature that you want to paint. As we all know, it's open to all abilities and all ages. Let's see if I can reach it. Little Miss has finally painted Dragon Bust. So this is going to be, when I actually, again, I need to take a picture of it, Sharon. That's going to be Little Miss's entry for Fantasy Creatures. That Dragon Bust has been painted 1,000 times in a million different colours because she couldn't decide what she wanted. She was also painting a Mantic Flyer. She hasn't finished this yet. A Mantic Flyer. She started painting the Mantic Flyer. And I said to her that would count as well. So that's looking pretty cool already. Bless her little cotton socks. That's just what I can reach. She's not here. She should be asleep, whether she is or not. Well, there was no shouting after that statement, so she might be. So that is a little bit of military green in with my turf green to make the leggings just a slightly darker shade, so that they're not exactly the same. I will, Methuselah, I will tell her. My duo is doubling up as brush off entry. It's the bones for Blacksting Wyvern. Excellent, of course. We all know that is fully acceptable, as the brush off is just for fun. It's not a competition. You can enter it in as many different things as you wish. On the other end, yesterday I almost finished my brush off, says Sharon, but now I won't be able to finish until the weekend, which is rubbish. These ages, though. I know it is unlike you not to paint, isn't it? It must be very strange. I, on the other hand, am completely opposite, and I had to run around trying to find something to paint for this evening. Because as you all know, you don't normally see me painting on a Monday. But seeing as how Mr MLG has gone to work and left me, then unfortunately you've got me. We've got some new books in today. We've got Dragon Realm books. I really like Dragon Realm books. They are aimed at, I would say 8+, but I actually really enjoy reading them with Little Miss and really want to know what's going to happen next. They are more mature than some of her dragony books. She has books like Dragon Girls, which are, like, I want to use a better word than babyish, but they're aimed at little kids, and it's like, oh look, I've got a dragon, let's ride the dragon, ooh, pretty dragon. But the Dragon Realm books are more mature. For example, without spoiling it for you, one of the children in the Dragon Realms book fought a rock troll, and the other one fought a giant crab and had to rip its eyeball out. So, I mean, there's one extreme to the other with Little Miss's reading capabilities, but I do very much enjoy Dragon Realms, and now we have them in stock. They're at the shop, it's just that I need to add them tomorrow. So they're very good. I like them. In fact, I even made a video telling you that I like them, which, unfortunately you may be forced to watch tomorrow. But what's Asmo agreed to? What's happening? Can't wait to see Blacksting. That's an ambitious duo. Asmo is awesome for agreeing to it. That's brave. Painting a tentacles horror for a diorama that needs to remain a secret until after the summer solstice thingy, but it'll be able to add the tentacle beast as a second brush off entry. Awesome. I still maintain that I'm not doing a dragon. Wyverns are totally different, honest. Well, they've got different names. Of course they are. I will eventually need to start doing the big models from Bones 5. Of the first run, I'm basically only missing the big ones, and then I have to do 5.5, hopefully, before Bones 6 comes. So much, you see. My little bag of shame really is nothing compared to you lot. When we're trying to find duos and trios, and I'm like, yeah, still just got this little pile over here. Has anybody got any of these little bits? Of course, as I always say, can't just get anything from the shop normally if there's something that you want to do a trio or a duo with, and it's not in my little bag. There is a wild Pokemon in chat. It's not showing it. It's been extremely silly, very, very naughty, and I don't think it should be allowed to be so daft. I've added it twice now, and it's not there twice now. Has it been working on yours, Wicked D? Because it should be there. It says it's there, but it's not. So I don't know. Yes, stop beeping at me. So I'm just going to try and add a little bit of shadowy bits under his arms. nothing too extreme. I still want to kind of keep that colour. Because it's quite a nice colour, I think. Mine was working. Oh yeah, that's it. Rub it in, I know. I don't know why it's not working. Yeah, and there's me working away last night in the shop. Missed your stream because I had to move stuff about. And then this morning when I had to pick the orders, I was like, where did I put that? Unfortunately, and also fortunately for me finding stuff, today has been an absolutely dire day for orders in the shop. Absolutely terrible. I haven't made enough to open the doors today. But that did mean that I didn't have to find as much stuff that I couldn't find hiding. So, you know, swings and roundabouts. Does anyone know how to Wonder Trade works in the Pokemon game? Went to have a look, but it said I would lose the Pokemon. Oh, why would you lose the Pokemon? Surely a trade means that you're going to swap it with somebody else. We don't. We initially installed Pokemon community game for Veem and Aqua, who said, "Oh, do the Pokemon thingy game," and we went, "Oh, all right then." And then I haven't seen Veeman for absolutely ages. So we've never really utilised its full capabilities. You can battle with each other and all sorts of stuff, but we never really bother. We just chuck balls around in chat, don't we? That's what we do. We're quite rubbish really at this whole Pokemon community game thing and its full capabilities. But as we've already seen, I can't even get the pictures to work today, so don't know. I maybe have to get the link again and reinstall it that way. Wikidy might have to send me the link again. And Pando should have had an update, but I don't think he's done anything different than normal. Has anybody noticed Pando doing anything different than normal? Looks the same to me. See, normally I would be able to have a play around with these things, but while Mr MLG was painting. But not today. When you Wonder Trade a Pokemon, it gets swapped for another random Pokemon. Oh, thank you, John. That's very kind. Thank you very much. You could get something you don't want then. That's a bit of a gamble, isn't it? I don't want that. Can I have mine back, please? I suppose at least it warns you. You're gonna lose. You're gonna lose it. It doesn't look at anything different, does it? But honestly, I've put some highlighty blobs in there. Honest gov. I'm gonna use Graveyard Bone now because it's here on my desk. A bit jazzy, isn't it? Music. That's why it's Wonder Trade. You wonder whether you should have traded or not. Said Wicked D. Oh dear, Wicked D. Are you going to be in the naming department of things next and just make everything like that? We often have this conversation as an MLG family on car journeys, etc. as we drive past certain roads and things. If you were in charge of naming a new developed road, street or lane, what would you call it? And remember, family friendly peeps, if you could name a road, street or lane, anything, what would you call yours? I'd call mine Smeghead Lane and see if anybody lived on it. You can tell he's been busy. He's got a very tatty apron as the doc. He's been a very busy little boy. Whatever he's been up to. This'll-do Lane. There's some houses near us called This'll-do. A bungalow called This'll-do. Osprey Heights. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Let's be having you. Oh, that's got a win so far. Milk Pocket Cat. Let's be having you. The classics are their best. Not Here Road. Paul Postman for Not Here Road. Hydrate. Just for me. That's where you saw it. I used to know the person that lived in that bungalow called that. I never did ask why they called it that then. They used to call me, they used to have a nickname for me, which was Hemorrhoids, because my name is Emma. And they thought that was funny. So there you go. That was their sense of humour. They called their house This'll Do, and they called me Hemorrhoids. I change our road to Go with the Monopoly logo and everything, says Tony. Do you have to hand out the 200 Monopoly dollars every time somebody goes past, though, Tony? I always end up in jail. That's where my dice rolling skills end me, in jail. I saw a florist called This'll Do Nicely. Oh, yeah, you've got to have a thistle for a florist. That's good. I like that. I've got a level 12 Dragonair for my level 5. What? I can't say that, Methuselah. And Mr MLG's not here to help me out. I had lots of fun naming the shops in my D&D city. Not the roads, though. Oh, you see. Well, now you've got some options now, haven't you? The MLG shop used to be featured in the scale model. What's it called? What am I trying to say? Yep, Model Village. That's it. I knew I'd get there in the end. We created our own MLG shop for the Model Village that's local. And we created a tiny little table with a tiny little game using the little tiny little scale tanks and people. I can't remember what it's called. And we put them on the table in the model for the Model Village. It was quite cool. It's up for sale if anybody wanted a Model Village. Nah, East Riding can pay that out. I'd get... so every time somebody goes down your road then, Tony, the council has to give them 200 quid. Oh, Methuselah's Pokemon Wonder Trade, is that what you'd call your road? There is a restaurant in Hindley that makes me tut every time I see it. It's called Summit to 8. Summit to 8. 00 skin. No, they've got a name. I can't remember what it's called. But anyway, there we go. That's what we did. Oh, look, that little string on the back is tiny. How am I supposed to paint that? Even the music's getting tense thinking about me painting this little tiny bit. This always reminds me of like a Buffy or shows like that, this music. Mr MLG was making me watch Picard. Is it second season? It's still rubbish. It's still rubbish, and I go, this is really rubbish, can't we turn it off? And he goes, no, it might get better. And you're like, it's not got better yet though, has it? We finished watching Magpie Murders, that's good. And I kind of levelled up. Not gruesome, and just very, very well acted and put together, I thought. I'm sure there's a better word, like production quality maybe is a better word than put together. My dad's just sent me a text message. I'm hoping that if I ignore him, which I'm going to do because I'm talking to you, he doesn't ring me. He'd be like, you're ignoring me? And go, yeah, for a reason. I need to grab a paint handle. This tentacle thing is difficult to hold. Murder set on the old show Magpie? I don't know a show called Magpie. No, it's good. You should watch it. It's good. I don't want to spoil it by telling you anything about it. It's not that bright white in real life. Let me see if I can. It's not even that bright white in real life. Honest. You can kind of a bit see a bit of the shading now, though, I suppose. Blend that in slightly better. What sounds weird? Tony, that sounds weird. Well, yes. Perhaps. It was the ITV alternative to Blue Peter. Was it? Magpie? I've never heard of that. Ever. It's really warm in here, so I'm going to have another free hydrate. Come on, Pete, you're not helping. Or maybe I shouldn't say that. And then I never really watched Blue Peter, so probably wasn't my kind of thing. So honestly, it's a creamy white because it's boneyard, graveyard bone that I've put on. So it's a creamy white. It's not that bright white. It's actually going to be. I'm going to put a bit of shading on it. I think. I remember Magpie and the Tomorrow People. I think I vaguely remember How. Was How a thing? Have I made that up? I might have made that up. How. It was only on till 1980. Oh, that's probably why I don't know about it then. Mrs MLG is just too young. Oh, yes, that's right. Wicked D's even younger, sir. Oh, the Pokemon thing in... Oh, I'm giving up with these pictures of Pokemon. But there is a wild Pokemon in chat that you can't see. It's very annoying that we can't see it. Wicked D's going to have to send me the link again, I think. It's all Wicked D's fault. It's not. The thing is, it says it's there in my little, desktop of what should be shown. You can't see me! I'm gonna put a lid on the phone. That looked really creepy. Just going to put that out there. Oh dear. Oh dear me. Yeah, Yeah, so I'm very sorry you've had to put up with me and my terrible hand dancing. And I haven't got anything to tell you. I want to make this this apron look mucky there, because he's not going to have a clean apron, is he? With a big massive syringe and his sinister grin that he's got going on. He's not going to be like, oh, let's keep my apron clean. Maybe not quite that mucky though. Made it very mucky now. Tony, Methuselah and Milk Pocket Cat have all caught the Pokemon that we can't see. I'm hoping that the Pokemons reappear for tomorrow. It's much better when we can see them and wonder what the hell they're supposed to be. Because I know some of them, but there are just so many. Just remembering what they all are. It's a full-time job. And I've already got one of them. So hopefully Mr MLG is getting on nicely with the shop, moving stuff around and not getting grumpy with his little self like he was earlier. He also dropped a rack on his head. It was empty, but you know, that didn't help. I did the, do you need a hand? Nope. Oh, okay. I'll just be quiet over here. Oh, look, he's got a slightly messy. Why can't you see it? Can you see it there? Not really. Anyway, honest, it's got a bit of grime on it. I might put some blood on it, but I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to. I might be taking it a bit too far. Are we sure that's a syringe? I know it's impressive, isn't it? Let's say that it's impressive. Betty's sat on the gaming floor with Necromunda minis making pew pew noises. He better not be. No. Unfortunately, unless he gets it done, then it's going to be a trip hazard for if any customers come in tomorrow. So he does actually need to do it. He did fall asleep on the sofa. We finished work at we finished work at 5:30 actually. And then we called and were very naughty and got a takeaway, and had that, which didn't take very long at all. And then he fell asleep, and then I had to wake him up and go, I thought you were going back to the shop. A super meanie, a big super meanie. Okay, how's that looking? Looking alright? Not sure.
John the Templar says booyah.
Booyah. Oh, I actually look quite thin there. On the video I did today, I was like, wouldn't even fit in the screen and my head was that wide. I don't know what's going on. Maybe all these takeaway. Oh, that's not working either. Oh, might have to put the right words in. Oh dear. Oh look, Panda's gonna get a treat. I wonder if it's supposed to have had an update, is Pando, but again, nothing seems to be working tonight. So, Panda, are you there? Let's see if Panda does anything different and does anything at all at this rate. When he gets a treat, he doesn't look like he's doing out, does he?
Say my name, say my name. Pick me a name.
What he wants to name your mini.
It's like Mr. MLG's in the room. What would you like to name the mini? Wicked D, what do you want to call this guy? Pando. Pando, wake up. Come on, Pando. Derek. Good old Derek. That reminds me of Teen Wolf. Let's write Derek on his bum. Otherwise I won't remember. Yeah, that evil, you know, big meanie werewolf Derek. I won't be able to read my own writing there, will I? I'm gonna write the Wicked D. Named Derek. Derek. There we go. Pop Derek back in there. Alright, Derek, you alright? I think Pando's not having any of it, is he? Oh, the name Derek reminds me of Necrons, says Tony. This is true. This is true. Why ain't Pando working? Nothing's working. It's very annoying. It's very annoying. Pando, you're a big, silly sausage. And we need to smack your bum. Now this is either going to break Pando or fix Pando. We're going for all or nothing. You stay in shot, Derek. Or Pando? Right, what did we have? A treat panda and a hydrate panda. And it wasn't technically me. It was Kuroniko and John. Hopefully that's fixed Pando. Make Pando fly. Oh, and he's having a, oh, look like, did you see him blow the steam off his coffee? I don't like the floaty things. They're just in the way. Oh, anyway, there we go. Look, a fixed Panda. That's one thing I've fixed today. I don't fix anything else. Oh dear. Right, come on, Derek. So he's got... What? Oh, he hasn't got any hair, has he? What? I was gonna give Derek grey hair. I thought he looked like a grey hair kind of guy. Oh yeah, and he's gonna say hello to everybody again now. Because he's just decided that he's back. There's great big bushy sideburns going on with Derek. Derek's got a lot happening. A lot happening. There we go, Derek. There's too much going on, Derek. I can't tell what's hair, what's face, what's instruments. What lane, road or street do we think that Derek might live on then? Do we think he's a good mad scientist or an evil mad scientist? I mean, the fact that we had mad in there doesn't really help his case, does it? Hey, Derek. He's like, I'm good, really. I'm just misunderstood. Don't worry about the size of my needle. It'll only hurt a little bit. He thought he was wearing a leather flying cap. Why? That's his hair, innit? He's not wearing a leather flying cap, is he? I thought it was his hair. It's his hair now. He's got some kind of Mad Eye Moody eyeball going on, and then he's got one of them lamp things. I don't know, that's just what I saw. Do you not want him to be called Derek anymore then? He looks like he lives in the back of my doctor's office. Or for those patients that can't afford treatment. Now, shall we do his arm silver with silver paint? I'm not doing non-metal thingy. Or shall we do it with the chrome paint? I might do this bit with the chrome paint and maybe his needle. Chrome, well, just everything, all the silver bits chrome. Well, that scared me. I just said hello out loud, talking with my partner. Just a second before you said hello. For a split second, I thought you heard me. I did, Sharon. I can hear you. I'm sorry. I apologise. I apologise for my creepiness. Now, if it's chrome, I'm gonna have to go and find the chrome paint. I've wandered off. I've stood up. Dog's not even woke up. Oh, right, Giz. Hey? No, not bothered. Not bothered at all, are you? Look, everyone's come to see you. Chromey Chrome Paint, where are you? Chromey Chrome Paint. Oh, I think this might be it. We've got two, you see. Everybody hide. Where have you all gone? That's one of the things I hate. You know, like if you go for a wee or something on a night out and then all your mates think it's funny to run away. I don't like that. We once went on a works night out, and one of these organised things where there's lots of different work parties all in the same room. And none of us hid, but one of the ladies went to the toilet and she was a little inebriated. And when she came back, she thought that we had all hid. And she went and sat at a random table and looked lost and lonely on her own. And we were at the table behind her and she didn't realise that she was sat on the wrong table. And she was like, proper like, oh, they've all left me. I'm like, no, we're all still here. We're just behind you. So there you go. Mini dime bars are lethal. Dime bars are horrible. You shouldn't be eating those horrible things. Right, no making me jump. I suppose at least I'm not painting this gold. I don't have to do any Austin Power references. Was your work colleague drinking her own drink at this wrong table? Oh, I don't know, actually. I can't remember whether she just started drinking somebody, sat down and just started drinking somebody else's drink and got up to dance. There was nobody else at this table, you see. It was just empty. And she just decided that we must have all gone. Just all of a sudden, all of us. None of us lived together or anything. We just all got up and left her. And so sat down. There's a wild hippopotamus. It's just a hippopotamus, isn't it? In chat, apparently. IKEA does big bags. They do, Koroniko, you are correct. They're still absolutely gross, but you are correct. They do big bags. Let's try and get rid of them because no one likes them. You don't own that ball, John. Uh-oh. Yes, that's where Wicked D has been. So therefore, must have got them from there. Have you actually purchased anything from that new shop that's opened up next to ours, Wicked D, that sell the American sweets and stuff? They sell lots of stuff though. It's a bit overwhelming when you go in. They also left their lights on all last night. It's shiny now. Shiny. I tried to take a picture of Mr MLG's dragon, but it appears that when you put it under the light to take a photograph, I won't take in one on a fancy background or anything, I held it under a light. It doesn't look shiny. And then when I held it in the shadow, that's when you could see how shiny it was. So I think it's going to be very difficult to take a photograph of. Because this chrome paint is so shiny that the mobile phone wouldn't pick it up. This is how shiny it is. This is Mr MLG. I've only had that one coat. He hasn't done anything else to it since the stream. But this is the chrome paint. But it is so shiny. It can't really cope. It can't really cope with it. But that's what it looks like. Like I say, he hasn't finished it. That's just one coat. Oh, you've moved again, Giz, have you? Thanks. It is very shiny chrome. It is. Like I said, it reminds me of the bumpers on my Beetle. I used to clean all the time. Yes, I went in after they'd opened, purchased 2 cans of pop because I felt rather intimidated by the thugs. I mean staff, and left. It is a bit scary, I must admit. I went in because I saw something through the window that I thought little miss might like for her birthday. And I went in and then got really scared and couldn't leave or stay, if you know what I mean. I was like, oh, what am I going to do now? It turns out I did buy the thing, which I thought was overly priced, but I was too scared to leave without it. And she likes it, so that's fine. But yes, it is a little bit scary. There are a lot of them as well. A lot of staff members who turn up all the time and park outside. Do you have any food? Says Pando. Well, people were trying to feed you earlier and you weren't accepting it. Those Darth black backgrounds are brilliant for taking pictures of me. Yes, I need one. We ordered them in because I said they'll be really cool and I can have one and we should really get them. And then I never got one and everyone's like, oh, they're really awesome. I'm like, yeah. They do look really good though. They do look really good. Now don't forget, if you do use this chrome paint, don't dip it in water. You have to wash your brush with alcohol. I'm going to use hand sanitizer because I do use it to clean my brushes and it's right there. There you go. Can you see that chrome coming off? You'll also be able to see the blue roll colour coming out with the hand sanitizer. This is an old brush. This is an old Army Painter Insane Detail brush. It's out of the old brush pot. There we go. Back to normal. Good old hand sanitizer. They are always just talking to someone in a car. Yes. Don't you go getting me into trouble, Wickedy. My shop's next door. They are always just talking to somebody. You are correct. Oh, look, I've only got a minute. Oh, on just on a different note. I like this black. Doom Death Black. I like it. But I can never get the lid off because they're very strong. So I don't know if you can actually see this ridge that is here. And you see this ridge? That's because I have to open it with my teeth, which is terrible. It's oh, I've done it. It's really tough, and I find the bottles are really hard to open. It does mean obviously that the paint is a bit more secure and might stay a bit fresher. I don't know, but they're really hard to open. But they do have a good locking system. But I struggle. I struggle. Oh, now I've ended up using this brush again. Do we think he might have a rusty point on his needle? That might be quite funny if he had a rusty needle. Look, he even looks happy about the fact that he's going to get a rusty needle. So yeah, we should be. I should be finishing now. I hope the stream was okay for everybody. Aw, thanks, John. Aw, makes me feel all special. Me and Derek say thank you. Wiki D says, I'm going to be nipping in the shop tomorrow. I want to get me a copy of a Ransom Note. Yes, they're there. It's no longer on my table. It looks quite fun. Thanks, Quiet Marty. oh, look. Oh, you make me cry.
He says, well done.
Oh, I see. Now I just feel so wanted now. Derek says thank you all. It's a bit like that acceptance speech that Mr MLG did in the battle report video. Well, because none of our videos are scripted, as you all know. And when he was doing it, when he finished, I went, that sounded like an acceptance winner's speech. I'm going to put a little Oscar next to you when that happens in the video. Hydrate. Here we are. There's not a lot left, look. Downed it all like a good girl. So that's Derek. Derek doesn't look quite so shiny and, well, he's grown bits too. He doesn't look quite so bright in real life. But from me and from Derek, we would like to say thank you all very much for being here. We really, really appreciate it. And we appreciate all that you do, because you are all amazing. And I'll see you tomorrow at 6:30 when I'll have to either finish Derek or find something else to paint. Take care, everybody. Bye.